Hi everyone, welcome to Dancing Astrologer. Today I want to talk about the two benefic planets, Venus and Jupiter. Venus entered Leo yesterday, the 13th of June 2026, and will be followed by Jupiter on the 30th of June 2026. Now, I always love to see what Jupiter's up to. Jupiter has a 12-year cycle. It means it stays about 1 year in each sign. So we all felt during the last year how it has been operating in Cancer, which it has been exalted in. It means it's easy for it to express itself in Cancer. It's very family oriented, but it's also very inward. It's about what we need in order to feel secure, in a family setting, with people we know, with our own emotions. Whereas when there's a shift into Leo, this is a very different kind of energy. We're going from the more yin-oriented Cancer sign to a more yang-oriented Leo sign. So this is more about outward expression, and this is about our own self-expression. It's about children, it's about love and romance, it's about playfulness. It's about finding that in life that makes you shine and enjoy life and be playful and be connected with that childish side of you. So I always think it's interesting to think about Jupiter in terms of this cycle because it's all connected. So last time there was both Venus and Jupiter in the sign of Leo was in 2014. So during the summer, I have some dates here. So in 2014, Jupiter entered Leo the 17th of July. It was followed by Venus on the 13th of August. So that means they were conjunct in a few days. But what's more important is to think back to your life. What happened in the summer of July, August 2014? What did you live through? And it's interesting to see because there are some links here. Now, 12 years later, the same themes are coming back up. And some of those themes are, what dream did you live? What dreams did you have? Because the Jupiter in Leo is very much about following our dream. It's about dreaming that those big dreams that extend the limitations we put on ourselves and that reality puts on us. Here is Jupiter expanding everything it touches. And Leo is a sign that loves to express itself. It loves to be playful and creative. And this is the year where wherever that falls in your chart, take a look and see what is going to expand for you. What is going to be more joyful, more love, more friendship, more abundance. And again, in a very personal way, because the first house and the fifth house in natural zodiac is making a trine, between your first and your fifth house. So very often there is this connection between our first house and fifth house principle, which is how we express our deepest and more truest version of ourselves. Sometimes we're scared to shine. Sometimes we are worried that we're going to fail. We're worried about other people going to say. But when we have Jupiter going through that sign, we get a bit more bold. We get a bit more courageous. And we feel more, this is now. I'm not holding back. As opposed to if you have Saturn going through Leo, that's a very different kind of feeling you get. Because here are more, or that's not possible, or there are some restrictions of what I can do and what I can't do. But in this case now, when we have Jupiter going through the sign of Leo, this is where we need to be bold. We need to shine. We need to follow that dream that is bigger than we maybe dare to admit even to ourselves. And so what is so special about this constellation this time with, in this case, this year, 2026, as opposed to 2014, where Jupiter entered first and then followed by Venus, that meant the two of them were conjunct for a few days. But here it's different because Venus is entering first, and it will never conjunct Jupiter, but the two will vibrate in the same sign of Leo for a few weeks. And they And this means this part of your chart will be lit up with the two benefic planets. This is a time to make the most of it. How do you make the most of it? First, I would link back to 2014. What happened for you in your life? Where is Leo in your chart? That is your first clue. And then think back. Maybe it doesn't come like immediately, but start to think back. July, August 2014. How old were you? Where were you? Where were you working? Where were you living? What was going on in your life? I remember that summer because it was really the summer of love, and I'm not saying everybody is going to experience that, and this was just something so special, so I really remember that time. You might have other memories that makes you, recall that time as a really special time, because it's the two benefic planets, they will bring something very positive, optimistic. Things you didn't believe was possible will be highlighted in this part of your chart. Especially the signs that has Leo on one of the angles. Like, for example, if you're Leo rising, you have Leo on your descending sign, that means you're Aquarius rising. Or if you have it in the IC part of your chart or the MC part of your chart. And of course, if you are Leo sun or any of the other fire sign will make trine to Leo, that would be Aries and Sagittarius. So if you have planets there, you will feel that positive vibration shining out to your Aries and your Sagittarius sign as well. And so basically Leo is the focal point in the sky for a year ahead, with Venus and Jupiter in it. Venus, of course, will pass through and will only stay in a few weeks. But still, Jupiter will go through Leo, and this is your time to reclaim your dream. Maybe you want to recreate the dream that you had in 2014, but a different version of it, one that suits you now in your life today. And perhaps you want to reclaim that dream that never manifested because you didn't live it fully out. Now, there is something important we should also think about, because even though Jupiter helps us to live our life, larger and bigger and bolder and with more confidence and with more hope and more optimism, it is going to meet planet Pluto in Aquarius in opposition very soon after entering. So let's see, I wrote down some Venus will meet Pluto in opposition already on the 18th of June. So what this means, it means Pluto is that part of us, that deeper part of us that might doubt things, that might feel there's some obstacles within us. Maybe there's some comparison with others. Maybe there's some jealousy. Maybe there's some power games that you feel are playing out in your life. And it feels like there's a force going against what you want. But Pluto is there to ask us the question, how badly do you want this dream? How badly do you want this to happen? It's not just going to happen on a rosy cloud. This is going to happen because you fight for it and you really want it with the deepest part of you. So that will be in June that it will meet Pluto, and then it's interesting to see what else is going on in Aquarius for you. In 2014, there was no planets in Aquarius, so that meant that the Venus and Jupiter in July and August of 2014, they were happily going through and they didn't meet any opposition in Aquarius. They met other things, but nothing as major as what we're going to meet right now, because Pluto will always transform us. So this will remind us, especially when Jupiter is in opposition on the, 19th of July, Jupiter will meet Pluto in opposition. And this will be a lot about how big is your dream? How willing are you risk to be vulnerable? That's Pluto. To fail, that's Pluto. To be shamed because it was not what you hoped it would be, or you exposed your vulnerability. These are all sort of scary Pluto type of, ingredients that we might meet when we dare to dream big. And this doesn't mean we need to give up. This means we need to push even harder and go into that part of us that is scared of failure, scared of being ridiculous, scared of being a failure, and scared of what other people will think, especially. And a lot of people will say, oh, I heard that from clients saying, oh, you know, if they have a strong Leo, either ascendant or sun sign, they might say, oh, people think I'm too much and I just want attention, but they don't. It's really about daring to shine and be themselves. And I think it's Marianne Williamson who said, we're not scared of our shadow, we are scared of our light. And when Jupiter's going through Leo, this is really a moment to think, what if you could shine in the utmost way that was the most true for you? What would happen if you actually dared to do it? So Pluto is there to remind us, how badly do you want this? How important is this to you? Because it's a transformative energy coming from Pluto. And this is where, this is a dream. This is a dream that can transform your life. Whatever it is, if it's an area of family, of friendship, of romance, of your creativity, whether it's about work, about spirituality, you know, how big are you willing to go with this dream? How far are you willing to take it during this year? And it's still, sometimes people have unfinished business. When you go back in the cycle, 12 years ago, 2014, did something almost happen for you and then you didn't follow through? Did something happen that you want to reclaim, a dream that didn't come true, but now you have the opportunities to go for it? So this is something really important to go and check out this, what happened, what has been going on in your life. Where is the Leo in your chart? Which house? What is going on with other planets being there? Because they will, of course, be activated by Pluto. So let's say you have whatever planet you have there, it will magnify it. It will enlarge it. So whether you have the sun in Leo, you will get the massive confidence boost. If you have, you know, Uranus, this might be where you want to break free from something and you dare to do it and are ready for the consequences. Whatever it might be, whilst Jupiter's going through Leo in your chart, whatever is going on, it will magnify it. It will intensify it. And it's like you will not want to just carry on with your dream at the back of your mind, thinking one day this might be the time where you actually feel the push from within to actually go for it. So think about the dates, think about what happened in 2014 for yourself. And of course, if you are interested in exploring this, you can find me on dancingastrologer.com and we will take a good look at your dream, what is returning 12 years later. Are you willing to go for it? Are you willing to push through even when Pluto is facing you with all your inner fears? Can you go beyond that and follow that dream and shine the light that is uniquely you? So enjoy this time and thank you for watching and see you next time.